Yo, what is up, loafers? This is Nanobread, and welcome back to day 17 of Stardew every day. Oh, it's a neutral day today, so I'll probably go fishing as soon as I finish collecting some salmon berries. Oh, nice. Good amount of my crops are done, so I don't have to worry about them. I probably won't plant anymore, besides like these carrots, because they take like 2 days to grow. And then I'll just worry about the strawberries pretty much from there on out. Man, still, even with that in mind, this is a lot of crops I still need to water. So it's been a few episodes now since I've gotten a topic from the comments, but I got one in my last video, and I'll put it up on the screen right now. Pretty much, they asked me, how did I first get into board games? And that is a really great question, because if I'm being honest, I don't really know for sure like what was the thing that like really got me into it or like introduced me to board games, but there's one specific moment that I do remember revolving around board games, and that's like I think maybe my freshman year of high school. And my friend, he had this board game called Betrayal at House on the Hill. I've talked about it a few times now. And I might have mentioned this story the last time I mentioned Betrayal, but just in case people are watching this video for the first time, or in case I didn't mention it, I'll mention it now. Oh, also speaking about that, I do realize that there's a few new people here to my channel. Hi, welcome by the way. I really appreciate you stopping by, and I really hope that you stay and enjoy my content. But with that, they probably don't know that I like to talk about topics that come from the comments. I've been keeping up with replying to all the comments that I see, and I do see that in my later videos, or my most recent videos, that they haven't been getting as many comments, which is fine. I know I'm still really small, and any comments that I do get now, I still really enjoy, and like talking to everyone. But it does make it less interactive, just because the topics that I talk about in the episodes, they're from me rather than from you guys. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make sure that I'm as interactive with you guys as possible, so you guys actually feel like, you know, my community. Alright, now I can finally go hunt for some salmon berries. Alright, it's story time. So, my freshman year of high school, my friend, he was really into board games, and he actually showed me this video from Smosh. Their Smosh Games channel, not like Smosh themselves, although it's like the same group of people. And a board game that they played, and the video that he sent me, was about Betrayal at House on the Hill. After I watched the video, I really liked it, and he told me that he actually bought the game. I went over to his place with a few other friends, and we played it. We played multiple rounds. If you guys have ever played Betrayal before, or watched it, the games can take like at least maybe an hour or so, depending on how quickly you guys start the haunts, how delayed or like how much stalling you guys do in the campaign. But we played maybe a good like 3, 4, maybe even 5 rounds of it, and we did not get tired. The only reason why we left is because it was a school night and we had to go to school the next day. Since then, I've been kind of like doing my own research on games, and I continue to watch Smosh Games because they had this series called Bored AF, and like that was pretty much my entire like high school YouTube life, was just watching that. Oh, Leah. No, you stepped on a bug. How tragic. Here, have a salmon berry. Oh, you like them? Here, I found them like right over here. Dumbass. So because I kept watching Bored AF and seeing all the different board games that they were playing and how much like fun and joy it brought to them, the people playing it, but also to me as a viewer of it, it made me really want to own some myself and potentially have those same experiences. Some of my favorite ones that I watched from Smosh Games, I believe one was called Zombicide. It's still available now. Like, it's not like they're out of production or anything. I'm not trying to spend too much money on board games right now. Maybe when I have more free time too, and when I can get like a group of friends together to play it, and when I have more like disposable income, then I'll I'll go ahead and look into that. Betrayal at House on the Hill is obviously another one that I really liked them playing. And on top of that, they kind of did something that was like D&D. So it was like a zombie horror survival game. Their quote-unquote dungeon master was Isaac from Geek and Sundry, a channel I mentioned before. And it was cool because the zombie experience that they played, Isaac catered it towards like real life and their situation that they were in at the time. For those that don't know, Smosh, they host this thing called Smosh Winter Games. Basically, they just draft teams from their Smosh pool, and then they go do some ridiculous challenges, and then a winner team is decided. And they were in the middle of doing Smosh Winter Games, so they decided to cater the campaign around Smosh Winter Games. And they made everything pretty realistic while also being like fun. So they all took like quizzes that gave them semi-accurate stats, and it's just basically like what would they actually do if they were in a zombie apocalypse scenario. And I found that really fascinating, and I've been wanting to do something like that ever since. I don't think I'd ever be a DM just because I don't think I would have the creativity to like make a story like that and combine everything together to make it like all fluid, but I also don't think I would have like the time to do that as well. It's on my long list of things that I'm like interested in, but I haven't really gotten the time or like the means to do them yet. But I'm hoping I can get some few friends together and hopefully a DM to run a D&D session, or maybe to do something realistic like that. Speaking of Smosh and like Smosh Games though, I haven't really watched them recently, but last time I watched them, I believe the only member that I recognized was Damien. Everyone else was pretty much gone, like Joven, Mari, Flitz, Wes, Sohinki, Lasercorn, all those like classic Smosh Games people. They just weren't there anymore, some for different reasons than others, but I don't know, it was kind of sad. It was just like, I quote-unquote grew up watching them, even though I started in like high school, but they were still the people that I was used to, and then once they left, I guess I kind of started to not be as interested anymore. In saying that though, like now I do kind of want to like check in on them, see how they're doing. I did see that they were continuing the Board AF series, or at least like the idea of playing like board games on their channel, and I did see that they were playing Betrayal Legacy, but honestly I think their personalities just kind of don't match like what I want to watch now. I remember I gave it a try when I was like doing a Betrayal Legacy binge of like different channels, and I did have high hopes for them because I know they have at least somewhat high production value, but I guess it was just like too different for me to want to continue watching. But again, now that I'm kind of like on this nostalgia train, maybe I'll go back and watch them. I remember I actually transitioned from watching like Smosh Games to Smosh Pit, where it would be like a different crew of people like Shane, Keith, Noah, Courtney, Olivia, and I remember I enjoyed their content for a while and I'm not really sure why I stopped watching them. I guess I think I just found other things I was interested at the time, and I never really went back. Let me know if you guys have watched Smosh before, or like Smosh Pit or Smosh Games. Which one you guys prefer out of like the three of them, and like who are some of your favorite members? I remember everyone used to like shit on Joven, and it was like a joke, but it was still funny and like low-key kind of relatable, because in a lot of my friend groups that I was in, it would kind of be like that too. We would kind of all like bully each other, but a lot of the times like most of them would be centered around me, and I didn't really mind because, you know, I knew it was a joke, but it was really relatable that to see someone else also get treated like that. I also really love Flitz because he was kind of just like, he said whatever, and he was like funny without trying. I did remember hearing like he had a bunch of allegations toward him, but I don't remember if any of them were like legitimate or anything. If they are, then now I know, but if they aren't, then, you know, I still really liked him during his time at Smosh. Ooh, this is a good one. Fishing treasure chests have a chance to yield row. In my personal playthrough, I remember that's how I got the one of the community center bundles done, because I got like 10 red mullet rows, when I needed like 15 of one row. So I just decided to put red mullets in my fish pond until it was finished, and then I switched to the sturgeon. But yeah, I'm also happy that, like, you know, Smosh, they were able to come back together. They were able to, you know, buy their own channel back. So now I think, yeah, they bought their own channel back, I believe. And then also Anthony's back too. So now, like, the original Smosh of Ian and Anthony are back together. So I think that's really cool, and I'm happy for them. Even though I didn't really watch them like that, like, it's still cool to hear their story and see them succeed, pretty much. Although I do really love Anthony's, like, interviews with, like, other celebrities. The one that comes to mind for me is, like, the Markiplier one, where he's talking about, like, how he's, like, making too much money and it's, like, absurd amount. And, like, it's funny, but also goals, you know? Like, I'm trying to hit that level. I know he's put in a lot of work, though, like, a lot more than I can probably fathom. But the goal, you know, is to one day get to that level. Or maybe even like a fraction of that level. But yeah, so down in the comments, let me know what you guys think about board games, what you guys' feelings on them, and like what you guys feel about Smosh, because I somehow mixed them into the conversation too. Pet the cat. Nice. Alright, and that's it for another video of Stardew Everyday. Thank you guys for dropping by. Again, please leave down in the comments like any topics that you guys want to talk about. Alright, and with that, as always, I wish you guys a good night, loafers.